Hey friends, I'm making myself a curry dinner and I thought that I would just bring you along and show you. I'm just using up some leftovers. This is about a quarter of a small white onion that's locally grown from my veggie bin. I have 1 clove of garlic here that I chopped up. Then here I've got about 4 spears of broccolette, or it's like the small long broccoli. And it's local as well, in season here from Ontario. I've made this before with just plain old broccoli. And this is just what I happened to get this week, so I need to use it up. I certainly wish that I had like some potato or something, but I don't. So I'm having this with some quinoa, which is steaming up right beside me. I'm gonna cook this off with some coconut milk that's left over. I know coconut milk is a little bit higher in fats, but I'm not going to use any oil in this, so I'm just going to cook it in that and then dose it with a ton of curry powder and maybe even some spices. Well, if that's not spicy enough, to give it like a coconut curry broccoli thing. And then when that's all finished, I might add in some raw cucumber, either noodles or just chunks of it, I'm not too sure. And then I'm also going to dice up some tomatoes to stick in there right at the end so that they warm up and get nice and all the juices mix in everywhere. So let's do that. Okay, so into this pan, I'm just going to light it up, get it hot, have my cutlery ready. I'm going to do this with no oil. It's going to take a little bit of a time sensitive. Like I really need to be on this stirring and whatnot, so I don't get any burns. Okay, I'm going to turn that right kind of down. So did you know that they're going to start growing quinoa in Ontario soon? I know, it's crazy. Of all the places in the world, like it's grown in Bolivia, and that's where, unfortunately, the quinoa I'm cooking tonight is from Bolivia. Bolivia and then Ontario. So I don't know when that's going to start, but it's been all up in the news, and I'm sure that there are farmers that are beginning to grow it now, or at least they're like lobbying for it for farmers to start growing it. I'm sure it won't be as cheap. I think it's going to be more expensive. But still, like, to have that means that here in Ontario, we have, like, I mean, kale is insane here. Everyone can grow kale in their backyards. And everyone loves kale, right? It's, like, kind of popular right now. It's got all this hype around it. So, kale and quinoa as well, very hyped up food, superfood of the moment. Yeah, we'll just be eating all that here in Ontario all the time. Maybe we'll get healthy. No, I don't know. We also have a lot of dairy here as well, unfortunately. Other than that, everything that I'm eating, minus the coconut milk, of course, is local. It was grown within like a 2-hour drive of where I am right now. Some of the things are actually from where I grew up, which is funny because I live in the city and like they have these things that grew where I grew up being imported in, just like, well, not imported, sorry, driven in. I could just ask my parents to get some for me. It's funny. Okay, these are heating up. They're starting to sweat a little bit. And so am I, because it's kind of hot. Okay, so I thought my camera was being kind of silly. My phone was being a little bit silly. I was going to show you, well, I can show you right now what's going on. So the broccoli is kind of cooked down in the curry. And as you can see, I decided to go for like noodly kind of things with my zucchini. And then there's the diced tomato in there as well, and I'm just gonna let that heat up a little tiny bit, just a little bit. I don't have a spiralizer, so for the zucchini I used this thing, which is kind of annoying, but it did the trick. And our quinoa should be all nice and ready over here. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, I'm going to plate this up in a couple of minutes. I've loaded up my favorite bowl with a big scoop of quinoa. And I'm going to top it off with this. And I need a spoon. This is not a spoon. Oh yeah. So good. Why am I cooking so good? So, I would have loved some brown rice or something instead of quinoa, but rice that I have here takes like 45 minutes to cook, and quinoa takes 15, and I'm very hungry, and it's already 8 o'clock. So quinoa it is. What I need to do, well, with the quinoa I made a big batch of it, so I'll have leftovers I can just keep eating or reheating. And I need to do that with rice so that I don't need to cook it up every single time. I can just reheat it. And that's it. Let's see that in better light. That looks great. I can't wait to eat it. You guys are ready? That is so good. It's exactly what I need right now. I'm gonna eat this and maybe watch some Star Trek. See you later.